Hello, Ivy students. Welcome to Project Life. This is my example. Hope you all are doing well, staying safe. Miss you all. But this is going to be one of the most important things to learn in high school. And it's not even in the standards. Tell me about that. Anyway, alright, so here's the deal. You're going to need your calculator. Specifically, in the apps, you're going to need the finance app and the TVM solver. If you don't have your calculator for some odd reason, or if it's not working, you can get out your cell phone, and there's an app called Easy Calculators. That's E-Z. I don't know if you can. That's going to be blurry. But Easy Calculators, so go ahead and download that app. That's letter E, letter Z, Calculators, and there it is, Easy Financial Calculators. And it does also have a TVM solver, which is really nice to have on hand because you never know when you're going to need it. Alright, so, excuse me. Oh, no. Alright, so this is a financial packet we're going to work through. I think it's really important, trying to make this a good thing for you. So here we go. Part A. You just graduated college. Now it's time to pay your student loans. Hold on a sec. What college did you go to? Alright, so this is where you can be as realistic or unrealistic as you want. So I went to Wasamatta-U. Alright. Wasamatta-U. What was the tuition for room and board? Now, for this prestigious college that I went to, it was $25,000 a semester. No, a year. Let's say $25,000 a year for 4 years, and that's $100,000. All right. So let's say room and board was $25,000, and how many years did you attend? Hopefully, you're only going to need 4 years for an undergrad, and anything after that is on you. What degree did you obtain? Let's do a education degree. And how much did you need to take out in loans? So after scholarship and all of this other stuff, even though, let's say I had to take out $50,000 in student loans. Alright, so actually that's a little above average. I think average student loan debt is in the $30,000 range. Alright, so I'm at $50,000 of student loans, and I'm going to be a teacher. Okay, so you qualified for a deferred unsubsidized student loan. You might know that as like a Stafford loan or a Perkins loan. And then this deferred unsubsidized, let's talk about what that means. How much do you owe now? How much are your monthly payments? So let's talk about deferred. Means you don't need to start payments until up to 3 years after you graduate. Alright, so typically you start making payments when you get a job after you graduate. However, unsubsidized means that while you're waiting to pay your loan back, it's gaining interest during this time. Alright, so your $50,000 is going to turn into a much larger number because 4 years of gaining interest, it's going to be a lot bigger than $50,000. So first of all, let's talk about how much does that $50,000 turn into for an unsubsidized loan after 4 years. Alright, so this is now, we're going to go into our calculator, we're going to do apps, finance, TVM solver. Alright, so now N is the number of compounds, so you can do 4 times 12. We're always doing 12 compounds per year. So that's 48 compounds in 4 years. The interest rate, now there's different types of interest rates. There's 5%, 7%. So typically, the sooner you pay back your loan, if I got a 5-year window to pay back my loan, you're going to have a smaller interest rate. The larger amount of time you take to pay back your loan, the larger your interest rate is. Alright? Now actually right now with the COVID thing, student loan rates are actually really low. The lowest, I think, in historical history. Okay. Anyway, so if we're using a 5-year 5%, let's do we're going to do 5%. Present value is $50,000, and I'm going to make that positive because that's $50,000 in your pocket. You're not paying on it. Future value is what we're looking for. We want to change these to 12 and 12. So we want to know, after 48 compounds at 5%, what is the future value of the $50,000? So now you press alpha solve. Alpha solve. So your 50,000 turns into $61,045. Let's just say $61,045. We'll round to the nearest dollar in this scenario. Alright, so this is what you took out, this is what you're paying at the end of 4 years, so that's what that turned into. Now let's look at the monthly payment. So to get the monthly payment, we're now going to go up here. We've got 5 years to pay off this loan. So we're going to do 5 times 12. Our loan is still 5%. The present value of the loan is now $61,045. The present value needs to be 0. That's what we want. After 60 compounds, we want this loan to be $0. This is going to be a large payment. So now go to payment, and we want to solve for that. So alpha solve. That means we're paying down $1,152 a month. $1,152 a month. That is quite a large payment. So you'd have to have quite a good job to be able to afford to pay off your student loans in 5 years. Total amount paid. So now get out of your financial app. Let's take that $1,152 times 60 payments. So that's how you made 60 payments. That turns into $67,500. Alright. And then this is the total amount paid in interest. So this is the amount you paid. This is the amount you took out. So subtract 50,000, and you had about $17,500 in interest. That's how much you paid to the bank to let you have that loan. All right. Now let's do the 15-year, and this one I'll do in the financial app on the calculator on my iPhone here. So I've got my easy calculator out here. Alright, so let's do this again. Let's take our $50,000. So present value, $50,000. A little smaller. Future value is what I'm looking for. I'm not making any payments on this. This is the deferred time. So I got to take my $50,000. I've got 4 years of college. All right, so 48 periods of compounding. And now for my 15-year loan, I've got a 9% rate. So 9. There we go. Look at the future value there. That says $71,500. $71,570. So for this one, $71,570. That's how much my $50,000 turns into after my deferment period. All right, at 9%. Now let's look at our monthly payment. So now we're going to change our present value to $71,570. We're going to change the future value to 0. We want to pay this amount down to 0. We want to change our periods to 15 times 12, which is 180. That's 15 years. Alright, so 15 years would be 180 compounds total. Go up to payment and press payment, and you're only paying about $726 for that one. Okay, now that is a little more reasonable than that. Alright, so you still get your degree. In 5 years, for the 5-year you pay that much. For the 15-year you pay that much. However, let's keep looking. The total amount paid, 726 times 180, that's 180 payments. $130,600. That can't be right. Oh wait, but it is. 130,000. Can't write large numbers. 130,680. All right. So for your $50,000 loan, this is what you're paying for it. Now, how much interest is that? Minus 50,000. $80,680 in interest. Can you believe that? That's how much money you're paying in interest for that student loan. So, what can we take away here? You need to try as hard as you can to not have many dollars in student loans. Maybe your parents will help you. That'd be fantastic. Maybe you have to get a job during college so you can start paying some of this loan amount down, or you have got some savings up. Maybe you do scholarships. Maybe you go to a state school instead of, wherever else you're going. I don't know. Maybe maybe this isn't a big deal. Maybe you can afford this. We'll find out. Alright, so your job is to come up with your own college, figure out a realistic amount of student loans that you might require, and work through this using these 3 scenarios and figuring out what your monthly payment would be and how you might be able to afford that. Alright, let's talk about credit card debt. Credit card debt. You just graduated college, moved into your own place, and got a new job. Congratulations. All of your hard work is paying off. However, in doing so, you accrued quite a bit of debt from your moving expenses, new furniture, new professional clothing, a celebratory vacation with all your friends to Cancun, because of course you're going to do something silly, you're a college student, and multiple trips to your favorite pizza place. You now have a large credit card bill. Use valuepenguin.com to figure out the following. So you can go to valuepenguin.com and find your average credit card debt. Alright, I'm going to make this up because that's what I'm doing. What is the average debt for the state you are living in? Alright, let's just say that the average credit card debt is $5,000. What is the average debt for your age? I'm just going to say $5,000. Alright, I'm going to do this. Average the average is how much? Okay, we're going to do, let's say we got $5,000 of credit card debt. On top of that, because you're a college student and you're stupid, you just bought the new iPhone. Whatever it is, iPhone 15 by the time you graduate. And so now you got another $1,000. Because if you don't have your iPhone, you'll die. Right? How much total credit card do you have now? So let's say we're starting off our adult life with $6,000 of credit card debt. Now let's look at what the monthly payments would be for this $6,000. So let's say you have enough money saved up, and we're going to use a 16% interest rate for this model, and this is pretty typical for a credit card. Let's say you've got enough money where you can actually start paying off this amount in $500 increments. Alright, so let's go into our finance app, and this time what we don't know is how long it's going to take to pay this off. So the interest rate is 16%. The present value is $6,000. We need the future value to be 0. The payment is negative $500 because we're paying that into the bank. The $6,000 is what we have, and we're paying $500 into the bank, so we need negative. So how many compounds will it take? That's what we're solving for. 13. It's going to take 13, 14, let's say 13. We're rounding for this. So the number of terms until paid off. It's going to take 13 terms, a little over a year. Total amount paid. So let's do 13 times 500, 6,500. Total amount paid in interest, $500. Alright, so not so bad. You had to pay an extra $500 in the long run. Maybe that's not so bad. Let's do $125. Let's say that you go back in here. There we go. And you can't afford $500 a month. So you make, instead of $500, you do $125. How does that change the number of compounds? So now go up here and change the number of compounds. 77, roughly. So at $125, you're paying 70. It takes you 77 times to pay. Now let's go and do 125 times 77. That turns into $9,625. Alright, so the amount of interest is $3,625. Alright. Now let's go and change it to $100. How long will it take if you pay back $100 a month? And we press 121. What's 121 times 100? $12,100. So in the end, you're paying back $6,100 in interest. Alright. Now this scenario shows again the power of interest, and you know, wouldn't it be great if you could just buy your iPhone, pay back this amount in student loans, pay back this amount on your credit card, and then you'll be debt free soon. However, what usually happens is you're paying back your loan, you're paying back your debt, but then you're also accruing debt because you're also buying groceries and other stuff, plane tickets and other stuff, and maybe adult beverages when you graduate college. And so you're not going to stay at $6,000. Chances are you're going to have more and more debt as you move on, and it can get scary. But you do need to get a credit card. I would get one soon, actually, because you need to start building up credit. Because when you graduate college, you will need to, for example, buy a car. If you